Hi, it's Barbara Greenlee with Green Moon Stamp Studio, and in this video we're going to make this beautiful Stars at Night card with some gold foil, and we're going to feature the hybrid Stars at Night embossing folder. Let's get started. Okay, we are making this Stars at Night Christmas card. This is very vanilla and Night of Navy. Let me put these aside. This is going to be the inside. And this, believe it or not, is the wild wheat. I did stamp off so that it would be lighter, but I did that on the envelope and on the inside. All right, so, and this is the stamp set and the dies. So we're using a few of the stamps in here, not all of them. We're going to use this big die in the hybrid embossing folder. So let's see, here are my supplies. I've already pre-stamped my greeting and pre-cut out my starburst, but I need to do my embossed background and the big star on the front. And I'm going to show you how to do that because not everybody understands how to use the hybrid embossing folders. Let me go ahead and fold this while I've got it. Had to go get my... And a lot of people are confused about which way to fold when you do your scoring line on your card base. The easiest way for it to fold is you're going to create a valley by your stylus going right there, and then flip it and fold it in toward the mountain fold. It folds much cleaner that way. You know, you can do it either way, but this is what I consider to be the right way to do it. Okay, so let's do our embossing. All right, so this is the Stars at Night embossing folder. Hybrid embossing folder, I should say. So the first thing we're going to do is our vellum. And the orientation is this way, but for our card, we want it this way. So just find the images that you want to be seen around the edges of your card. So I like it right up here, because then I've got quite a few stars around, and you want it to be straight. So get this in front of my face so I can make sure it's straight. Okay. And then you're still going to want to go in hinge first. You always go in hinge first with your embossing folders. Okay, so that's going to give us that embossed vellum. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And then we're going to do the hybrid part. So I've got a piece of gold foil here. I had one that's a little bit crunched on the corner, but that's okay because we're doing the star, and the star doesn't go down to the corner. So we're going to use this die out of the dies, which is the 3 stars, the prominent stars here on the front. Now what you do is the logo side is where you put your dies. So this is the logo side. So you take your die and you snap it into place. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me do it again. Well, it didn't make as big a snap that time. But it stays, you can't jiggle it out. It stays in place. So that's what you want. You want it there. Then you're going to take your gold foil and you're going to cover up the image that you want to cut. So that's that one right there. Fold it over. So that's what it's going to cut, and it will also emboss at the same time. All right, so we want to go hinge first. So be careful not to let it shift. It shouldn't shift because it's kind of locked into place. Oops. Okay, so here is the result. So it cuts and embosses at the same time. So isn't that beautiful? So this is, again, the Stars at Night hybrid embossing folder. So the rest of this is trash, but look how pretty it embosses too on the gold foil. Foil is always beautiful embossed. Okay, so we're done with this. All right, now we're going to put this together. So I've got some of the designer paper that comes with this, and I'll put a title of what it's called because I forget. So we're just going to tape this specialty paper down flat. Let's see, did I go over the edge? I did not. It doesn't really have too much of an up and a down since these leaves go all different directions. And then we're going to take our vellum and adhere this down to the vellum. So I'm just going to frame out about the same amount on each side. Now to put it on my card, let me make sure that vellum picked up the tape. You rub it with your finger, you can see that tape. So we're going to put some more tape right on top of that tape so that the tape doesn't show through the vellum to the front of the card. So that's going to go on our very vanilla card base. Okay, now we have this starburst that I pre-cut out of the soft shimmer paper combo pack. It's Night of Navy and it's glittery. And we have this star, which I'm going to pop it up a little bit with some mini dimensionals. There's kind of a little well back here created from the embossing. So I'm putting a couple of mini dimensionals in there so that I can pop it up without hurting the embossing. Now, this starburst is not exactly the same number of points. So you just got to pick a part that you like, and you'll have some points coming out from the other, but it won't be exactly even since it's a little bit different. See, those points are farther away and these are closer together. So just pick a pattern you like. Now we're just going to do tape, or you could do liquid glue on the back of this. Those little dots make it hard for the tape to grab, but I got enough on there. Okay, and I lost my, where's my sample? I like to keep the sample here for you and me to see while we're creating. It helps to know what you're doing while you're doing it. Okay, so we'll just stick that down. And I'm using Festive pearls for the center of the star, because there's these cute little gold pearls. I think that adds a nice little touch. We did have little star trinkets, but those have been depleted out of stock. And then there's this gorgeous glitter ribbon, Night of Navy glittered ribbon. Let's see, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, glittered ribbon, Night of Navy and gold. So I'm using 6 inches of that. First, I want to trim this. I didn't find a die that I particularly liked for cutting this out. So I'm just going to hand cut it. Let's cut a little bit more off of there. I like the little hand trimmed ones. Okay, so for that, to get the ribbon behind it, just put some tape on your greeting. And then, let's see, which way do I want it to go? I guess that's okay. So just stick it to the tape, then turn it over and weave it back and forth. And then you can trim it. That looks like it'll fit good enough. Maybe you trim that top one a little bit more. Okay, and then we're going to use some more dimensionals. This was all flat, so I don't have to worry about where I put the dimensionals. Let's see, I don't have any bigger ones. Don't need to use minis, but I will because that's what I've got. Probably just 2 big ones would have worked on here. Okay, then I'm just going to put this up in the corner, and then I just need my envelope and my inside. And you can tuck the ribbon under your star if you don't want to hide your star, or you can let it go over the top. I like it both ways. I also like to see the corner of my paper here, because then you've just got vanilla on vanilla kind of. So let's see, do I want to tuck it under? No, I'm going to let it tuck on this side and then go over the top on the other. There we go. You just want to make sure you don't breach the edge of your card. Okay, then for the inside, there's this beautiful stamp in the Stars at Night stamp set. I'm going to stamp that in navy. You could also gold emboss these greetings if you wanted to. I just went with navy. And then we need the wild wheat. So wild wheat kind of mimics gold ink. I do like it stamped off though. So I'm not going to stamp it off on my mat here because I want to keep it pretty. So I'm just going to stamp it off on the mat next to me over here and then stamp. And then these are from the same stamp set. This one is just a little smaller stars. I'm going to stamp that up here in the corner. And then stamp the envelope to match. And again, stamp off once. That just means stamp on a scrap of paper and then stamp. So you get half the strength of the ink. So see, it looks gold to me. Yellowy gold. That's the wild wheat. And then we just tape this on the inside. And this card will be done. Looks like I ran out of tape right at the last minute. So tape that in. So give me a comment and let me know if you've played with this hybrid embossing folder. It's really cool. And let me know if you liked the card or not. And give me a like and a share. Thanks.